Always an adventure in our household. Well, hello, my little rays of sunshine. How are you all doing out there today? I'm Michelle the Introvert, and today you find me just outside my front door. Today is an interesting day because I have a little bit of snow shoveling to do. Yes, yesterday the forecast was snow, and when I looked out the window yesterday morning, there wasn't any flurries or anything. The ground looked pretty much bare and all was well. But as the day progressed yesterday, I started seeing little snowflakes coming down, and as the afternoon and the evening went on, the snow started to fall heavier and heavier. So, my friends, today I have a bit of shoveling to do. I have my mittens here, and this time of the year, every January, like clockwork, my lips have a tendency to really dry out. So I carry with me, not just my lipstick, which I have here, but in January in my coat pocket, I always carry my handy dandy lip chap, and I'm about to put that on in a minute. So last night it was really snowing quite a bit, and I figured that today I'd have to do a bit of shoveling. I wanted to find out what the temperature was before I went to bed last night, and I asked Google, and she said that the temperature here in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, or the wind chill, I should say, the wind chill here in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia last night was minus 14 degrees Celsius, and in Fahrenheit that converts to 6 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, being the curious person that I am, and I used to live up in the Northwest Territories when I was a girl, I wanted to know what the temperature or the wind chill in the Northwest Territories was last night where I used to live. So I asked Google, and she said the wind chill in the Northwest Territories last night was minus 42 degrees Celsius, and that converts to minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was pretty chilly in the Northwest Territories last night. And it's not so bad now. I mean, the sun is shining, and it's a little bit warmer of a day, still below the freezing temperatures. It is minus 9 degrees Celsius today, and in Fahrenheit that converts to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a little warmer of a day anyway. But I'm bundled up, my friends, and if I need to get my hat, I'll get my hat. But I just wanted to give you a bit of an update. And this morning when I got up with Gerald, it was quite interesting and unexpected. But when Gerald went to drive out of the driveway, I knew there was going to be snow in the driveway. But when he went to drive back out of the driveway, it was really difficult for him to get out of the driveway. And I could hear the tires of the car spinning. And then the car went sideways in the driveway. And thankfully, the car wasn't on the road. So traffic coming by or other vehicles going by, we didn't want the car to be on the road with him being sideways in the driveway. And the front of our car was just over the ditch. So thankfully, the car didn't go head first into the ditch or anything. Oh my, I tell you. But I went out to help Gerald, and I did the driving. I was going to back out, and Gerald was going to push the front of the car. And just as we were about to do that, one of our wonderful neighbors, James, hi James and Kathy. Well, James was on his way to work, and he stopped his car, and he got out and he helped Gerald push the front of the car while I reversed. And we were successfully able to get Gerald onto the road so he could head off to work. Oh my, what a way to start the day. What a way to start the day. I was expecting to do the shoveling in the driveway, and before I knew it, another came along with his four-wheeler and he plowed out our driveway. Wow, I tell you, this neighborhood is a wonderful neighborhood. We've got some amazing neighbors just helping each other out. But I was so thankful, and I made sure that I thanked him for, just plowing our driveway out. It was so nice of him. So nice of him. And so nice of James to help Gerald push the car and get it onto the road for him. So, oh my, I tell you, that's how we started our morning. So the only thing really that I have to do is shovel our pathway from the front door to the driveway. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to do a bit of shoveling and make a nice path so that when Gerald gets home from work today, he won't have to do that. One less job for Gerald to have to do. So I'm gonna hop to it, my friends, and get this shoveling done. Gerald will be home in a couple hours, so I want to get her done. So here's what's been done. I did a bit of shoveling there. You can see the path. And there's a snowdrift here. It's not too big of a snowdrift. I've seen much bigger. So I shoveled all this. It's not too bad. It wasn't too deep. This morning the driveway was something else, though. I will admit to that. And our neighbor was so nice. He plowed there. You can see the hard work he did with his four-wheeler. What a big job. What a nice thing for him to do. Whoops. Just lost my stepping there for a minute. And our car was sideways here. Nose right over there. And the car was sideways here. But of course, when Gerald was backing out, he had to be careful that he didn't bump into our neighbor's car here. Well, the tires were spinning. But I'm glad that James came to help. And it was awfully nice of our neighbor to come and bring his four-wheeler and do all this wonderful plowing. And there's my shadow. You can see Gerald has lots of room now to get in when he gets off work today. So shoveling the pathway wasn't too bad. And our neighbor is a senior citizen, so I just shoveled her area here so she wouldn't have to do that. And down our sidewalk or our pathway we go, heading back to the house. I'm back in the house, just about to put some more lip chap on. My lips get so dry. This smells like watermelon. So I'm back in my front porch, and there's my new freezer. We just picked that up about a week ago, I'd say. And the little deep freeze that we had there, we successfully sold that on Facebook Marketplace and yard sales. The very day that I took pictures and Gerald posted it onto the yard sales, it sold within hours. So I was glad that it sold so quickly. But now we have the chair back to where it should be. So everything's back to normal now that Christmas is done. So come with me, my friends. I'm just going to take this off and head into the kitchen. I wanted to make something special for our neighbors, for all of their help this morning. So I'm baking them a thank you present. So we'll go in and I'll show you what I'm going to make for them. On the top of my stove here, I have 2 Tupperware bowls. And this Tupperware bowl here was actually given to me by some viewers, Douglas, Carol, and Jim. Thank you again, my friends. It was really nice of you to give me that wonderful Tupperware bowl. I've been using it a lot. And in this Tupperware bowl here that Jim, Carol, and Douglas gave me, I have some whole wheat bread on the rise. And this here will make 2 loaves of whole wheat bread. So I'm going to give one of these loaves to the neighbor who had the 4-wheeler, and I'm going to give the other loaf to our neighbor, James, who helped push the car. So that'll be for them. Let's see. And the second bowl that you see back there, I have some more whole wheat bread on the rise, but that'll be for Gerald, Joshua, and I. Just putting this towel back on here. So it'll be nice to have some fresh whole wheat bread tonight. I'm hoping it'll be ready by supper time, but if not, that's okay. So there's that one there, and it's rising beautifully. It only has one more rise to go, and then it's done. So the next time I need it, I put it in the bread pans, and it'll take an hour and a half to rise. So it won't be long, and this will be all done, taken care of. There's something else that I wanted to make for our neighbors, something I thought they might like. So come over here in this vicinity. I have another Tupperware bowl, and I have some ingredients in there, but I also have some frozen cranberries. While I was shoveling, I thought I'd put some of the dry ingredients in here and the frozen cranberries. And they're all cut up by my food processor to make them nice and small, make them really nice for muffins. But once that melts down a little bit more, I'm going to make a whole bunch of muffins, and these will be for gifts for our neighbors as well for helping us out. And of course, there'll be some for us to go into our freezer. So that's great. I'll show you what this looks like when it's all done, okay? But it's been a busy time, and for those of you who have been wondering about how Joshua is doing, he still has a bit of a cold. We haven't been going anywhere, really. Well, he hasn't been going anywhere. A couple of days ago when Gerald was home, he stayed with Josh so I could go to the drugstore and pick Joshua up some more Robitussin and some more Neocitrin. Now this Robitussin here is the one that I picked up a couple of days ago while Gerald stayed with Josh. And this is for the daytime, so I give him this during the daytime. And he had this box already, but this is nighttime Robitussin. So some nights I'll give him this nighttime Robitussin, whoops, and other nights I give him some Neocitrin. And during the day, Joshua has a lot of orange juice and soups and things like that. But it's coming near the end. He says he's feeling a lot better than he was, but I think it's going to be another couple more days before he's able to get out of the house and just go back to his routine, like his busyness routine. But as far as household routine, of course, we keep that the same so it doesn't throw him off too much. But Joshua's coming along. He is coming along, and for those of you who've kept him in prayer, I thank you for that. But it won't be long now because he's on the mend. I'm back again, and everything is done. All of the bread is baked, the muffins are baked, and I actually have supper cooking. So I was glad this all got done before supper was ready. On Gerald's way home from work, he picked Joshua and I up a nice coffee from, guess where? Tim Hortons. And Joshua had a decaf coffee, but it was nice to have that coffee with all the busyness. And this paper plate here, I had some extras left over from New Year, so I thought it might be nice to use those paper plates to make these muffins here look a little more fancy. So those 2 plates there are for our neighbors, and I'm going to wrap them up in saran wrap so they'll look nice. And 2 of those loaves of bread there, whole wheat bread, are for our neighbors. So I'm going to wrap those up in saran wrap. They're cooling down. They're not as hot as they were. And these are the extras. Those cranberry muffins, a lot of them will be going in our freezer. And that bread there will probably go in our freezer as well. So my friends, it's been a very productive day, and I want to thank you so much for keeping me company today. It's always great and a pleasure to have you around. And I'm so glad I was able to get these done. I think they'll make nice gifts, nice thank you gifts to such friendly and nice and giving, generous neighbors that I have. They were sure a big, big help this morning. And it's always a pleasure, again I say, to have you around, my friends. And if you like this vlog, please give me the YouTube thumbs up or press the subscribe button. That would be great. And we have more vlogs coming up, so stay tuned and we'll talk to you all soon. Talk to you soon, my friends. Bye. Bye.